I've got with me Norman Puckerin, and if you know Norman Puckerin, you may find people who are as enthusiastic about cricket as Norman, but I don't think you're going to find too many who are more enthusiastic. What separates him, though, from many others is that he is one of these people who gets out there and tries to make a difference. And I think you're in the process of doing that again, Norman. I know you made a trip, I think it was to South Africa earlier this year, was it? And
Yes.
I understand you've got another big project coming up. So tell us about it.
Good evening, or rather, good night, Philip. Thanks for having me on the program. Yes, as a result of the Barbados Select 11 tour in South Africa in July, 4 members of that touring party have been selected to travel to India with the Power Play Sports organization from South Africa. The members of that team are Rivaldo Clark, Shamario De Pisa, Karen Boeing Tuckett, and Nico Smith. We fly out from Barbados tomorrow night on Christmas Day at 4 to 10, and we get to Chennai, India on the 27th at about 9 o'clock daytime.
Okay, so what's the program going to be like? What's going to actually going to happen there?
Well, the tour is originally 21 days, but we will only be there for 16 days. We'll be right into it. We'll rest day on the first day, and then we will be engaging in 5 T20s and 5 ODs one-day games and 1 two-day game. There will be 3 other games, 3 other two-day games, but we won't be there for that.
And you're saying that your guys are going to team up with
some of the members of the South African tournament that we participate in.
Mm-hmm.
We make a squad of 20. So there's 16 and we have 4 that make the squad.
Remind me what determined the people who you're taking with you, those selected that's based on what?
Well, that was based on their performances in the tournament.
Mm-hmm.
We did the selection committee of 5 of us. I was one of the selectors. And it was originally 6 members from the Barbados touring party, including Tremaine Dowridge and Giovanni De Buza, but those 2 are unable to make the tour at this moment. In that tournament, we remember that De Buza scored 2 centuries. Clark did 2 half centuries. Smith was one of the fastest bowlers on display at the age of 16, 17 years, so he was selected hands down. And Carl Bowen Tuckett, the Windward Islands and winner of the under 19 tournament this year, was excellent, and he actually scored 100 in one of the games.
It's interesting, though, that you can pull something like this off at a time when the last thing on people's mind is maybe even playing a cricket game. Even some of the pros even take a break around this time.
Well, it's a great opportunity for these youngsters to go, and they're so enthusiastic about going on this tour. It's going to the Mecca of cricket. India is the place where so much cricket is being played. And at this moment, loads of cricket is playing in India at this present moment. So it's a great opportunity for these young guys to go and showcase their talent within the Indian community. You never know. The sky's the limit for these youngsters, and they're very talented boys that need to play, and they're looking forward for this tour.
Have you started to see any benefits from this type of exercise? I mean, you toured before earlier this year, as we talked about. I'm not sure what projects you were involved in prior to that. Have you been able to determine up to this point in time any benefits from it, or is it too early to expect that?
Well, there's always benefits coming. It's not too early to determine. Confidence is one of the great things that these boys get, and their character has improved so much. It's also exposure in playing internationally against international teams, because there were 3 international teams on that tour. And what it is building is confidence and character in these individuals to play all over the world. So there has been some improvements. Back locally in the Division 1, we didn't see a great set of scores from these guys, but they show some determination, and you can see a big difference in their cricket. So by going and getting exposure overseas, will go a long way. If it doesn't happen now, it will happen sometime in the future for these guys.
So it's a process then.
It's a process, and the Tour of South Africa continues again next year. The dates has already been selected, and we've been invited again to take the Barbados team. And it's from the 4th of July until the 17th of July next year, back in South Africa. This time around, there will be 6 international teams taking part in the tournament. I offered the opportunity to a fellow Jamaican guy, a good friend of mine, and he will be taking a West Indian team from other players within the Caribbean, because not only want to spread it to Barbados, but we want to give the other youngsters over the Caribbean an opportunity.
Okay. Now, if there are any young cricketers, let's say, in Barbados who are not in the system, as we say, but they're playing it, they've not been recognized on national junior level as yet, but they want to be part of something like this. How can that come about? What can be done about that? Or are you focusing on those who have already been recognized at youth level?
Not only those who have been recognized at youth level, yes, and from the youth level system, I do know a lot of the guys who take parts in the youth level, but if there are any talented players that are interested in going on the tour to South Africa, it's a great opportunity. Loads of people know how to get in contact with me, even their own personal coaches. And I'm more than welcome to bring any youngster that want to make a tour like this on board. It's a great development for these youngsters and great exposure for them.
I know you're doing this, let's say, on a private basis, if you will. Is this something you see that maybe could be taken up at some point by maybe the Barbados Cricket Association or even Cricket West Indies, or is it something that you would prefer to keep as it is now?
Well, I always welcome help from any organization within, even the corporate section of Barbados, who have been quite nice in assisting us, and the government of Barbados. But at this present time, I think the BCA, Barbados Cricket Association, they are aware of the situation. They're aware of the tour going to South Africa. But I can say that they have their hands full with a lot of tournaments. You got on the 17, on the 15, on the 19 tournaments going. But any help from the Barbados Cricket Association would be great at any time.
Okay. Well, Norman, all I can do at this point then is to not only wish you a Merry Christmas, but wish you and your squad all the best as you set off on a new adventure.
Well, thank you very much. And on behalf of the players that are going to India and myself, we want to wish you Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and God bless.
And I take the opportunity to, on behalf of the Anything Cricket Let's Talk team, and also on your behalf as well, Norman, to wish our viewers all the best for Christmas and for the upcoming 2023.